Well, hi friends. Many new faces in the audience and lots of familiar faces, so we welcome you all. In particular tonight, we welcome our featured poet Taylor Molly and our 6 featured poets laureate tonight, representing 6 local high schools. In addition, to the students, we welcome their families, and we thank you for sharing your children with us and their gifts. I'm going to start with a few thank yous, and then we're going to dive right into it. So to begin with, we thank the folks who run and operate the Grua Center. We are thrilled to be here. It's a wonderful space and they're wonderful people, and we encourage you to sign up for their mailing list and see the many different programs that they have available for all of you. I want to give a shout out to my board members. They don't like to be recognized by name. The students in Taylor have met them already. They bake and they stack chairs. And they unstack chairs, and then they stack chairs again, and they wash tablecloths. And they pick up programs, and they pick up all the pieces that I leave behind me. So gratitude to each and all of you. While I mention my board, I will say, and this is the surprise, first of all, Melanie Greenhouse is in the house. Melanie Greenhouse was the first director of the Arts Café Mystic, who started the Youth Will Be Served program 31 years ago. So thank you for your vision, and we're keeping it going. A notable missing face in the audience tonight is Christy Williams, who is a board member and also was the artistic director of the Arts Café for 15 years. Christy called me this morning from a train on his way to Brooklyn and let me know at 4 o'clock that his grandson had been born. So we welcome Anu Williams into the clan. Christy sends his love. He also did let me know today, and I share this with many of you who know him and appreciate him so much. Christy got notification today that the town of Stonington created, finally, a town poet laureate. And Christy was named today the official poet laureate of Stonington. So we celebrate his greatness. And I think that's about it. If I forgot anybody, I'll let you know after the intermission.
What about Lisa Starr?
Oh, forget about her. She's nothing but trouble. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We do have in your programs, you'll see that we have 7 poets laureate. Our Stonington poet laureate, Addison Fulling, was with us here all day today. Sam, you'll appreciate this. She had to go because she's certifying to be a lifeguard at the Westerly Town Beach, and the final test was tonight, and there was no retake. So Addison is with us here in spirit. She worked with her friends all day, and Christy assured me today that in his role as Stonington Poet Laureate, Addison will be featured in one of his first presentations.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm going to introduce to you our 6 student poets who are here. The students are each going to read 2 poems. I'm going to introduce you to them the way they appear in the program, which is alphabetically by their schools. one of the things the students do today, after they share each other's poems, is figure out what order would be best for them to read in. So the order won't follow the list in the program, but I'll introduce them to you in the way you see them in their program. In the past, I've asked way too many open-ended questions that I thought were easy, like even tell me something interesting about yourself. And that's so much pressure. Like, what if it's not interesting enough? What if 5 other people are more interesting? So changed it up a little bit this year and kept it sweet and simple. So our student poet laureate from Fitch High School is Helen Miller. She's a sophomore at Fitch. Her favorite poet is Anne Bradstreet. Her favorite poem is Much Madness is the Divinest of Sense by Emily Dickinson. I asked them each to tell me 2 things they liked a lot and 2 things they didn't like at all. 2 things she likes a lot are history and debate. Things she doesn't like at all are seafood and humid weather. So then I asked the kids, when and why did you start, the students, you know, when and why did you start writing poetry? I began writing poetry despite my 7th grade teacher. I was 11, 12. She picked on me in class. I was really fidgety and undiagnosed. She'd point me out and embarrass me so much, so I channeled that energy into poetry. We were writing about global warming. She was a good teacher. I was just overwhelmed, and I figured that poetry was a genuine out for me to process. So I wrote when I felt mad or anxious. Now, I just do it for fun. So that's Helen Miller. I'm going to introduce all the students. Helen, could you stand right now for us? Here's Helen Miller, everybody. Adam Gallagher is a senior from Montville High School. He's going to be heading to Western Connecticut State University in the fall. His very supportive teacher, Ted Richmond, is here in the room, and we thank you, Ted. His favorite poet is Sylvia Plath. About a favorite poem, he says, there's an excerpt from The Bell Jar where she uses a fig tree analogy I love. I think that's poetry. I like music and video games. I do not like sports or cars. So I'm guessing sport cars aren't in your future either. He started writing in his freshman year and initially thought of it as kind of weird. But it was certainly a way to write that attracted him, in particular the wordplay and the storytelling. So, Adam Gallagher, stand to be recognized. Our next student poet laureate is Dylan Phelps from Norwich Free Academy. Dylan? No, you can stand after. She's a senior. She's going to be attending Salve Regina in the fall. I'm not sure. Kim Roberts, are you here? Oh, Kim, good to see you. Kim Roberts is the teacher from NFA that has been supporting us for so many years. It's good to see you, Kim, and I'm glad you're here. Her favorite poet is Shel Silverstein. Her favorite poem is One Art by Elizabeth Bishop. Good choices, right? She really likes coffee and the beach. She doesn't like heights or clowns. I'm with you on both of those. She started writing smaller poems in freshman year, but really started to write in sophomore year after being inspired by her teacher and the poems they read in class. Next up, we have Ruhin Gupta, who's a freshman. Oh, Dylan, you gotta stand. Come on, sorry. Our next poet laureate is a freshman at Waterford High School, and her name is Ruhin Gupta. She said, if it counts, her favorite poet is Taylor Swift. I think it counts. And you're awfully close to her house here. Doesn't quite have a favorite poem. So hopefully at the end of the show you can all go up and bombard her with your favorite poems so she can start finding one. But it's good to have a favorite poem. I don't have one. I got about 20. She loves traveling and reading. She really doesn't like failing and liars. She began writing poetry last year for a school project and started really enjoying it. Samantha Giorno, and I apologize, there's a typo in the program, so it ends with an O. We apologize for that. Is a 9th grader at Westerly High School. Anne, where are you? Her teacher, Anne Barnhart, is here to support her. Her favorite poet is Nakahara Chuya. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Is it Chuya? Okay, so you introduced me to a brand new poet today. So Nakahara Chuya, C-H-U-U-Y-A. Again, please feel free to interrogate her and bother her after the show. And her favorite poem is a poem by that poet called Tainted Sorrow. No, Poem for the Tainted Sorrow. She loves music and reading and really doesn't like math or science. She began writing in 2nd grade, but picked it up even more in 7th grade. So here she is in 9th grade as the poet laureate of her high school. Thank you. And lastly, again, only because of the alphabetation, you know, we have Claire McGinnis, and Claire represents the Williams School. Eric, where are you? Yeah, so we have the Williams School on our roster for the first year, and we are so grateful to have you aboard and your efforts to reach out, which also, in an odd sort of way, led us to our musician, who we'll hear about a little bit later. So, Claire, who's just terribly, terribly shy, please forgive how hard it is for her to be in front of people. Her favorite poets, are they here? Grandparents?
My grandfather.
Is here?
No.
Okay. Her favorite poet is her grandfather, Bruce Smith. Her favorite poem is Devotion by the Republic. She really likes Peloton and the beach. She doesn't like swimming where there are sharks or doing Latin translations. She started writing poetry in 8th grade since both of her grandparents are poets. So could you all please stand up so we can recognize you? And now we're just gonna, Rahim.
She didn't stand up.
Oh, Rahim. I'm sorry. Thank you. So now we're gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna be surprised by the order, and I haven't heard the poems yet. So bring it on.
Hello everybody, my name is Rohan Gupta and I'm the Poet Laureate from Waterford High School. My first poem that I want to share today is called Everything I Do for You. Since I was born, I've looked up to you. When I was 5, I wanted to be a strong, beautiful, independent woman. I wanted to be just like you. Everything I do for you. When I was 7, I wanted to learn English as fast as you had. You were my motivation and seemed like such a genius. I wanted to be just like you. Everything I do for you. When I was 10, I downplayed elementary school promotion. The first monumental leap of a schooling journey. You made it seem worthless, so I strived for more. I wanted to be just like you. Everything I do for you. When I was 12, we got into our only argument to date. You said words that still haunt me, but made me feel interior. I thought maybe if I became her, she will be proud. Everything I do for you. Now I am 14, racking up achievement certificates. Every teacher, adult, and counselor has deemed me an exemplary student. But in our house, nothing but an A+ counts. But I set personal expectations. Now I am 14. I do things that make both of us proud, not just you. I want to be me. Everything I do for myself. I would also, before I begin my next poem, like to thank Taylor for the workshop this afternoon. It was lovely, and meeting all of these amazing poets was great. So my next poem is called The Passage of Time. Imagine laughing so hard you can barely breathe. The weather is like heaven. You are surrounded by your favorite people. Though the moment sweet like a summer breeze, I can't help but feel that time slips by like sand through fingers. The feeling soft and silent, never lingering. Moments that once felt endless now fade like stars at the break of dawn. The clock ticks on. Some days feel like a yawn, but we take for granted what we have been handed. See, the present is a gift. We are granted a privilege every day by simply living. We are privileged to be alive at the same time as our favorite things. Happiness that brings a smile to our faces, sun that warms our skins, and the people we love. Everyone is granted with loved ones that you belong with, people that you click with, the moon to your sun. The last piece of the jigsaw puzzle named life. Thank you.
Thank you, that was amazing. Hi, I'm Claire McGinnis, and I am the Williams School Poet Laureate. And today I will be sharing two poems. The first one is called Beer on a Pier 2.0, and it is a sestina. Beer on a pier needs to be in it, because who hasn't sat on a pier and been lonely and the gulls circle overhead and makes their stupid cries like babies and drop down and eat your tuna sandwich, and now what? Waves break and you don't know what you want or need, but you're waiting for it. You spend all day hungry and eat like a gull at the end of a pier as the water smashes the rocks and you cry into your sleeve. It's not straightforward, it circles. Back to the time last year when you went in circles, getting dizzy before you found out what, but not how and why and when. You cry like a gull dismantling a crab. What was it? You feel like a long walk off a short pier, and that makes you hungry. You eat because you don't want to feel empty. You eat the filling out of the double stuff, those white circles of sugar, into the distance. A pier is a frustrated bridge. I'm frustrated by what I want to say and not being able to say it. Maybe the gulls are saying when they cry, they want their sounds to meet another cry. They want someone they can be with, eat with, dream with, and feel. That's it. A perfect fit of two halves that make a circle whose insides are surrounded by what you would call a turbulent sea. The pier, it stands firm, does what piers do, offers a solid place for me to cry into the ocean, and the sound is what keeps bringing me here. What eats away at me, bit by bit, a vicious cycle of eat and be eaten. I wish to escape it. Or what? With an ice-cold beer on the pier, but I'm in it. And what can I do but cry? Endlessly not eating is what it is, circling. Thank you. I also want to thank Taylor so much for the workshop this afternoon. I think it really opened my eyes up to public speaking and not being shy and coming out of my comfort zone, so thank you. And thank you for all the amazing people I've met too. They were so impressive and academically impressive as well as their poems, so thank you so much. And the next poem I'll be sharing is called Dreading Winter, and it is a villanelle. The moon is sullen and withdrawn. The days have halted their long essence. Summer love has come and gone. Streetlights make shadows on the lawn. Already winter has a chilling presence. The moon is sullen and withdrawn. Time is something I keep an eye on while I while away at my adolescence. Summer love has come and gone. The sun goes down at dawn. It lacks the summer's incandescence. The moon is sullen and withdrawn. The world says, move on, keep on, come on. but I stop and take my antidepressants. Summer love has come and gone. I wish that I were 21. I wish, like God, I had omnipresence. The moon is sullen and withdrawn. Summer love has come and gone. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Helen Miller. I'm representing Robert E. Fitch High School as the 2025 Poet Laureate. My first poem is You Can't Miss Me, after Taylor Molly. Look for the girl with two big jeans, two big sweaters, or headphones to block out the noise. Look for the girl with a septum ring, with the scarred hands, probably from her dogs or being clueless. Look for the girl who is scared of taking off in airplanes, because if she dies, all of the stress she puts on herself means nothing. Look for the girl who takes Adderall. She'll be zoning out or in the corner overthinking, who's told that these are okay, that knows she's kind, she's wanted, she's needed, and she's loved. But she wants more. More credits, more classes, higher grades. The girl who's not where she wants to be. So when you see her, tap her shoulder and give her a gentle smile, and assure her that the sun can rise without it on her shoulders. And before I start my next one, I just wanted to thank everyone here that we did for the little workshop. I really loved all the support, and it made me feel like my feelings were really validated when I write my work. This is freshman year. I was alone. Solitude was my friend that pulled my hair when I tried to leave my comfort. Donning the walls of my pigsty, the sheets matched my state and were marked with shame and disarray. She infected me with the notions and emotions of grief, my limp body only moving to scroll or to click for more nourishment. My spirit was gone, my soul detached as motions and cycles of life spun and wrung me out like an old t-shirt in a washer. I was a background character in my own life, a swirl of stress and chaos as silhouettes walked in the background that morphed into animalistic creatures far gone from their childhood mimic. Nothing were to change. Funhouse mirrors reflected traits and grew it into something I despised, but solitude loved. I don't know how I kept my head, how I stayed afloat, how I didn't drown under the weight of my own state. Summer pulled me by the arm to the broken surface, and the tension spilt from the glass that was my ecosystem, and the pressure shattered it. The substance leaked down my eyes and nose in a gross wail of desperation and disappointment as I repeated the mantra of solitude. I was alone. Her words rang as clear as a church bell and deafened me to the sounds and touch of outreaching hands and quiet voices as she stuffed pills into my mouth like a feed-me doll would care for. But solitude cares for no one. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Adam Gallagher and I am the Poet Laureate of Montville High School. My first poem is called Golden Apple. I have all I could ever want, an apple orchard as far as the eye can see, a vibrant basket from every tree, every flavor, tart to sweet. But despite my fortune, there's this unimaginable burning, a flame in my chest, this insatiable yearning, a thirst that can't be quenched, no matter how succulent the fruit, no matter how sweet the juice, no matter how many rows of trees bloom, if it isn't made of gold, what's the use? I've had a golden apple just out of reach for years and years. Atop the highest branch, it beckons and winks, then devilishly sneers. a succulent succubus in a glittering brassiere. I could cover a pink lady in gold paint, and how lovely she would look, but how foul she would taste. I want that golden apple, but I can't have it. It's crushing, and it's maddening. Before I move on, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge how fun this afternoon has been. Honestly, I didn't want it to end. It's so fun to just see some other poetry and get some critiques and compliments on my own. And it opened up a lot of interesting avenues and things I haven't thought about with my own poetry before. The next poem I have for you is Magic. It's impressive, honestly, my inability to keep track of things. Like a magic trick, I poof away my own money and rings. I would be a great magician because I can make things disappear. What's even more remarkable is that they'll never end up behind your ear. I'll put something down on the counter, and with a snap of my fingers or a flick of my wrist, God knows where it now lingers. I'll stash something in my pockets, and with a bit of misdirection, I'll pat myself down, bam, whisked away within seconds. Whatever the object, I can make you lose sight. No matter the size, no matter the price.
Hello, my name is Samantha Journal, and I am the representative of Westerly High School. My first poem is called A Butterfly's Meaning. In fields where sunlight quietly rays, a fluttering bug begins to play. With painted wings, in whispered flight, it takes off into the light. With colors that bloom like spring's own kiss, a fleeting form of a tender wish. It sips from petals soft and fair, and whispers secrets throughout the air. In days of warmth, it's born anew, a transient glimmer in the skies that are blue. In its fragile, mindful sways, it tells us to live another day. For though its life is short and brief, it fills the globe with silent belief that beauty, though it may come and go, leaves behind 1,000 rows. So cherish what you see, in every breath wild and free. And just like in the butterfly's embrace, life's wonder lies in each little grace. Before I begin my other poem, I just want to say it was an honor meeting Taylor Molly and the representatives from the other schools. All of their poems are amazing, and I'm so glad to have this opportunity to meet all of them. And now here's my last poem called The Sea. The sea holds a quiet song, a rhythm deep, both soft and strong. The endless waves come up and kiss the shore, then fade away and return once more. It holds the secrets dark and deep of old tales that the water keeps. Beneath the surface, calm yet wild, a world untouched, both large and mild. The tides they rise, and yet they fall, a dance of life that answers all. A drop of salt and breath of air, a testament to which that is rare. The sea's heart is full of grace, yet hides its storms, its wrath, its pace. For though its depths can drown the light, it also holds the stars at night. A mirror full of stars and soul, where we, like the sea, are made whole. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Dylan Phelps, and I'm the Poet Laureate for Norwich Free Academy. My first poem is called Judgment. Courtrooms and churches, both lined with numerous pews, a place to bare yourself naked to those who finally judge you. Both lined with sinners and those of hope, hoping actions to God are pleasing. His disciples claim their own judgment, taking his power, seizing. As humans, we are often wrong. As thinkers and as lovers, what we see is what we think we know. We can claim betterment with time, bearing witness to passion we wish to sow. Thank you. My second poem is called Toothbrushes. What do you do with someone's toothbrush when they die? You cannot repurpose it, you cannot donate it, unless someone means to cry. Unlike photos or furniture, it was only hers. All I can do is look at the bristles and cry. It sits next to her floss and her toothpaste, inanimate and unknowing. Did she know when she used it last? Time keeps going. Her memory, not her toothbrush, is inconceivably knowing. Enjoy the rest of all the stuff that's planned. Thank you guys for coming and listening. As everyone else said, it was very enjoyable to meet all these people, meet Taylor, have fun, just talk about poetry and everything that we're interested in. It's really fun. Thank you.
So let's give it up one more time for Helen, Kelly, Adam, all of you. Dylan, Addison, Raheem, Samantha. Beautiful job. Way to go, gang. One thing I forgot to do earlier, I didn't mention 3 teachers only because they're not here. So I want to recognize Tony Tessier, who supports us so strongly from the Waterford High School, Mary Lou Devine from Stonington High School, and Daniel Giovinazzo. And Daniel is one of our hugest advocates. I get a note from him like in November. Have you picked a date? You know, we're working on our contest. So they couldn't be here, but while I'm recognizing them, I also wanted to recognize every other teacher in the room. So even those that I've recognized, will you stand? And everyone else who's been a teacher. You're a teacher. You're a teacher. He was my teacher in 10th grade. Poetry, public speaking, and drama.
Oh my God.
And he ran a really cool publication called Inner Visions. And he published my first poem. So here's to all of you